guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my outdoor garden. So today I'm going to be doing my spring cleanup. I have a ton of perennials that need to be cut back, a lot of weeds that need to be pulled, and yeah, just a lot of cleaning and tidying up. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around and let's jump right into it. Okay, so first and foremost, y'all, I have a ton of weeds to pull. Like, it is ridiculous. My weeds have gotten out of control. So mostly what I deal with here in my front yard, I'm in North Carolina again, zone 7B. I deal with a lot of chickweed and henbit. So this right here, if you have the purple flowers and this kind of like clovery looking leaf, that is henbit. And then chickweed, let me go over here. This right here is chickweed. So I have a ton of this to pull, mainly around my new garden beds that I planted. My planters definitely need to be cleaned out. This looks horrible. This is still in bloom, but yeah, all of this needs to be cleaned out. So my hydrangeas are already pushing out new growth, so I need to cut them back, cut off the spent blooms, and there's kind of, I'm actually going to do a little bit of shaping on these this year. This is my golden mop. The golden mop needs to be shaped as well. I've got some like weird scraggly looking limbs, so I'm going to cut that back, give it a little bit of shape. Also got some of my perennials coming back already. I do have a hosta peeking through, tons of new growth on my boxwoods. My rhododendron is budding up as well. And let's see. Oh yeah, I've got to cut this back as well. This is last year's blooms that I never pruned back, but the new growth is already pushing out of it. My hydrangea, y'all, that I was worried about from root rot is pushing out new growth. So excited about that, but I am going to give it just a short, small little trim. And y'all, my lamb's ear is a trooper. Like, I need to cut back all the dead stuff, but there's so much new growth already. But y'all, because this is such a good grower for me, I'm just going to go ahead and cut back the whole thing, let it regrow. It'll be fine. My tulips have already started to come up and are almost ready to open, some of them. And then same thing down here. I've got some weeding to do. My hydrangeas are all pushing out new growth, and it looks like all of them are green. I hope y'all can hear me. Their air thing behind me is on my neighbor's air conditioner, or heat I should say. It's like 50 degrees today, so it's a little bit cooler. Yesterday was like 80 something. But I'm so excited. All of these are pushing out new growth, so I will officially have a full hedge this year of limelights. Still haven't decided what I'm doing with this endless summer, if it's going to stay here or not yet. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to show y'all, I also need to cut back my fountain grasses. They are looking a little crazy right now, so got to do that today too.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the Kreatyve Laydiiee because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song.
guys, so I just wanted to jump in real quick and explain what I'm doing here. This is my little limelight hydrangea. This is a hydrangea paniculata, which means that it blooms on new wood. I'm just going through and cutting out all of the last year's blooms, and then I'm also going in to make sure that I prune out any small little wimpy stems, just so that this bush focuses all of its energy on producing the strongest stems possible to support those heavy big blooms. Okay, and then here we are at my limelight hydrangea hedge. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I have replaced 3 hydrangeas in this hedge, so I am going through and I'm going to cut down all of my hydrangeas to a uniform size, just so that they all grow about the same speed this year. Lion lives are very vigorous growers, so cutting these back will not harm them at all. They're going to flush out a ton of new growth, and they also produce gigantic blooms which tend to flop over. So I'm going through and making sure that I cut out any small stems, just so those blooms are blooming on the strongest stems possible. This hydrangea here is a hydrangea macrophylla, which means that it blooms on old wood. So I'm not going to be doing any pruning just to make sure that I don't cut off this year's blooms. I'm just going through and cleaning out any dead leaves from last year. And y'all, I do apologize. I'm doing most of this video as music and voiceover just because my neighbors are out cutting their grass and working their yard as well, so there's a lot of background noise. And now is a great time to fertilize all of your plants. So I did use landscape fabric in this hedge. I'm just flipping back the flaps, sprinkling a little Plantone around the drip line and working that into the soil. We are expecting rain later today, so I'll just let that water that in. Okay y'all, so I finished pruning all of my hydrangeas, so hopefully the 2 that I had replaced and that one up front can catch up with these other ones here. I tried to prune them as low as I could without taking them down too much. But yeah y'all, this was not a how-to video. If you all are wondering how to prune limelight hydrangeas, I'll link that in the cards below, and also put the link in the description box for the video I did last year on how to prune hydrangeas. So it's looking a whole lot better y'all. I am about to cut this grass because it is looking nice and lush, but it's too tall, so I need to cut it. But I just wanted to show y'all what I did with my lamb's ear here. I decided to go ahead and chop everything down. I am going to give this bed a nice mulching. Y'all, I still need to finish my pavers, finish the curve of these pavers. But you guys, look at my tulips. They're almost ready to open. Well, a few of them. Some of them still don't have their buds yet. Okay guys, so I am all done cutting back and cleaning up everything. I'm just going to do a quick little tour for you guys. So I cut back my little limelight hydrangea here. This one will push out tons of new growth and fresh blooms for me this summer. I'm so excited. And then I also, y'all look at my euonymus. Isn't that so pretty? It is pushing out so much new growth and getting full. I love it. My hosta is starting to peek through just a little bit, so excited about that. That's my big green hosta. And then I did cut back my heucheras. They are flushing out new growth, so I left the new growth and cut off all the dead old foliage. My astilbes are starting to come up as well. And then I do have 2 autumn frost hostas. This one is peeking through here, and then same thing over here. My rhododendron is budding up, ready for its bloom debut. This will be the first time that I've seen this one bloom because I just planted this last year. This is a English something rhododendron. I'll have to insert the name. My boxwoods are pushing out new growth as well. My azaleas here and the one here on the end, both of them need a major trim and shaping, but y'all, I'm just going to wait until after it blooms because I'm scared I'm going to cut the blooms off. So I'll let it do its thing this year and then I'll shape it once it's done blooming. My third boxwood is still up there in the planter doing well. And then I did trim just a little bit off of my little hydrangea here, not too much. And then y'all, I did cut back my lamb's ear pretty harsh just because it was a lot to deal with. I think next year I'm just going to cut it back before the end of fall so I don't have so much to do in the spring. But I left this one up here because this one had a lot of new growth and not too much dead leaves, so I left that one, and then all of this will flush out perfectly fine. I did give it a light mulching. I will be remulching this entire bed after I plant my begonias if they don't come back. I have a whole drift here that I left in the ground. I'm going to see if they come back. They probably won't, but I'm hopeful. And then my tulips, they look a little sparse this year. I feel like they were more full last year, but I'm so excited for these to open up and bloom, you guys. I cannot wait. Okay, so for my limelight hydrangea hedge, I did trim all of them back down almost to the same size. This is the most recent one that I planted. I got this one on clearance for $5. Planted this last fall. These have been in the ground for 2 full seasons. And then these 2 here I had replaced, I think, last spring. So these 2 are the smallest ones that I have. So I tried to cut everything down relatively the same size. So hopefully they'll grow and push out new growth and be all the same size this year. I cleaned up my endless summer hydrangea just a little bit, y'all. You cannot prune these the same season. These bloom on old wood, so if you cut too much off, you might cut your actual blooms for the season. So I just left it, cleaned off the dead leaves, and I'm going to let it do its thing. Okay, back here I didn't do too much, just a little bit of light weeding, no trimming, but I'm pleased with everything that is coming out with fresh new growth. Y'all, I think I lost this one here. I don't think that's live, but I'll deal with that later on. Still have a ton of weeds to pull on this back. I didn't do too much in the backyard because I'm tired, y'all. This was a lot of work. So yeah, I'll do the backyard. Probably, it's supposed to rain this week, so I don't know. But I did prune this limelight. So this one is uniformly shaped pruned out, and I pulled out most of the little wimpy branches, so it should come back with a nice fresh bloom display this year. And y'all did see me plant this sunshine anise here. This is a plant that I got on clearance from Lowe's for $9. It was half off. And y'all, I am so excited to have this plant. I've been wanting this plant ever since I started my landscaping 2-3 years ago. So yeah, I've been wanting one of these. So excited I found it on clearance. I think this is the perfect spot for it. It likes a lot of sun. My backyard is full sun all season long. There is no shade back here. It gets maybe a little bit of shade, but this, like, overhead, the sun doesn't come directly overhead and down. The sun comes from behind me, so this will probably get full sun all day long. It also stays nice and moist because my gutters drip here as well. But yeah, this only grows about maybe 3 to 4 feet tall, so I think this will be perfect not to block my window too much. I can keep it trimmed, of course, to shape how I want it, but I thought this would be perfect. It doesn't really grow tall, it really spreads more wide, so I think it'll fill in the window space nicely. This is another one of my hibiscus pushing out new growth. My other sunshine pop of color, I think these two will be so pretty. These bright lime yellowy colors. It's going to be so pretty all this summer. Still need to replace my spruce tree. I'm not sure what I want to put here because I do have my juniper here and on the other side of my patio, so I probably will put some kind of evergreen here. I'm just not sure what I want to get yet. Okay, so now we're back up in the front yard, y'all. I still need to prune this golden mop. It still looks crazy, y'all. I don't even know if I want to keep this bush here. Like, I really am kind of over it, but it's doing so well and growing so much since I planted it. I just don't know where I want to move it yet, so it's here for now. Might be moving later on in the season, not sure. I did cut my grass, y'all. I had to do 2 passes of my grass. It was so tall, it was ridiculous. But I did pull all of the weeds out of the cracks here. It looks so much better, y'all. I can't wait to get it mulched, though. It's going to look so much better once it's mulched. Also pulled the weeds from here. I did clean out my pot. So in my pot, I replanted one of my heleniums that I had that survived. The other one, I think, died. So this is the only one I had left. I planted this in the center, and then I put 4 dahlias around the edges. I probably will fill this in with some other type of annual later on, but I was just trying to preserve the plants that I already had. So guys, this is a planter that I put together just temporarily. Actually, it probably will stay through the summer because I kind of like what's in here. So this is a creeping jenny that I pulled out from the planter that I just broke down. This is also a heuchera that I pulled out that was also in that planter. Cut this one back pretty harsh, but it'll flush out with new growth in no time. And then y'all, this is my Rex begonia from last year, and it's been in this pot in the garage all winter, and y'all, it's pushing out new growth. And y'all, this pot actually was sitting on this stand here, and it tipped over, and that's all the soil that came out of the pot. And y'all, I just left it. It tipped over probably back in like December, and it's just been laying here on the ground. I didn't plan on keeping it, but y'all, I saw that it survived, so I just replanted it, and yeah, we're going to see how this does in the summertime. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I am exhausted, y'all. It is 4:30 now. I started at 11:30, so yeah, my whole day has been in the yard, but I'm glad it's done. It feels good. Everything's fertilized, fresh, and ready to go for the season. So I'm excited. It feels good to have it done. I'm sorry it wasn't too exciting of a video, I guess. It was just me pretty much cleaning up stuff and getting my yard ready. But I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace. And this rain is right on time. So glad I got my fertilizer down.